Hello, those of you at home. Will you please go ahead and come up with decimal approximations for those and put them in order from least to greatest? Put a box around any rational numbers and circle any irrational numbers. You're going to want to pause the video because we are just about ready to go with this, and here we go. Alrighty! Can I get you guys back up here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Voice is off, please. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and write these. Someone was asking me, do I have to write them vertically or horizontally? And the truth is, guys, you can write them however the heck you want to write them, whatever makes the most sense to you. I like to write them vertically because I like to compare them one decimal place at a time, and that way it just feels a little bit easier and a little more efficient to do it that way. So I'm going to write these vertically. 2 pi equals 6 and 11/45 equals the square root of 39 equals 6.295 equals, that's a repeating, the third root of 243 equals, and 6.29229 ... And then we're going to jam these in our calculators, okay? That's honestly the first step that I would do. 2 times pi is, nope. 2 times pi is 2 pi, thanks a lot, 6.28318. I'm going to leave it at that. 6.28318. If I need more decimals, I'll go get them. 6 and 11/45. I'm actually just going to do 11 divided by 45. And it's 0.24 repeating. So that would be 6.2, 6.2 and then a bunch of 4s. The square root of 39 is, not surprisingly, the square root of 39, which is about 6.24499. 6.24499. Let's see, that's a 4. Let's make sure that looks like it right there. Guys, don't worry about it. Like, people say, well, how do I put that on my calculator? You actually don't really have to. It's just 6.295295. And if I need more, I'll go get it. Third root of 243. The third root of 243 is 6.24025. 6.24025. And you guys will notice that I'm really making sure that my place values line up. That's going to make my life a lot easier later. 6.29229. We'll see what happens. Okay, here we go. So let's look at the first digit. First digit. Let's see. Is there a clear least or is it a big ol' tie, Juliet? Juliet, is there a clear least or a big ol' tie? There's a big old tie, so I got to check everything in the next one. What about that one, Juliet? They're all the same. They're 2s, Mr. Petersen. Did you do this on purpose? You bet your britches I did. All right. Now, how about here, Juliet? Beautiful. We can ignore the 9s now. There's actually another one that we can ignore, right? Because we're looking for least to greatest. What's the other one? Right, because we don't need that 8. Because now the lowest number I see is a 4. So I'm going to compare the 4s. How about now? So I wanted this in order from least to greatest. Awesome. So I'm going to write the third root of 243. And by the way, Juliet, is that rational or irrational? It is irrational because it is an imperfect root. Since I took a root and got something horrible in return, it is irrational. It is irrational. No, because what's the square root of 36? What number times itself is 36? 6. So see, that one's not irrational, right? There's also weirdos like the second root of, let me make sure I don't screw this up. The second root of 2.25 See how that didn't come out really that bad? Now, someone might say, Mr. Petersen, how do we know that you're not going to take the square root of something and then it turns out that it's something 17ths and it really repeats eventually? I'm not going to do that to you. Like, if you take a root and get something that just like barfs all over you, we're going to say that's irrational. I'm not going to do that to you because that's just mean. Like, that's not a nice thing to do. So that is indeed irrational. Very good. I'm going to cross this off, by the way. Before we let you go, Juliet, let's finish off these greens. Which one of these is going to be the least between 6 and 11/45 and the square root of 39? How do you know? Yep. 6 and 11/45. Is that rational or irrational? Rational, because it can be written as a fraction of integers. Also, it's a repeating decimal, which means that the next one has to be the square root of 39. Is that rational or irrational, Juliet? Last thing from you. Irrational, because it's an imperfect root. Very good. All right, let's see here. So that takes care of quite a lot of this. Bennett, now we're back here. Is there a clear least between the things that I have left, Bennett? Can you be more specific? Which number is the least? The 6.29229, 6.295, or the 2 pi? Ah, I see what you mean. Because you're talking about this 2 versus this 5 versus this 3. But Bennett's missed something. Can someone see what he missed? Can someone see what he missed? Let's go for Credence.
He missed the 8 and the 2 pi.
Do you remember this 8 back here that we were looking at? That's okay. That's okay. That's what we have to do. We kind of have to go back in 6, 2, 8. That 2 pi is going to be the least. But the nice thing is, Bennett, is that you just did that work, and we know that the next one's going to be 6.29229, and so on, which means the last one is going to be 6.295 repeating. Whew. Okay. Bennett, is 2 pi rational or irrational? It's irrational because it's got a pi. Is 6.29229, is that rational or irrational? Irrational because it's a stupid number pattern. 6.295 repeating, is that rational or irrational? It is rational because it is a repeating decimal, which is a side effect of it being able to write as a fraction of integers. What if you did that whole warm-up and you were like, sweet, we're good to go. And I was like, oh, shoot, I forgot something. Hang on. Put your pencils down. I'm not actually going to make you do it. But what if I was like, I forgot, I'm sorry. Those are all supposed to be negative. My question is, do you have to start the whole work over, or is there a pretty easy way to manage that? Teach! Okay, can I get you in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sophie, do you think you have to start over from the very beginning, or is there an easy way to use the work that you already did? You just flip them. Exactly. Whatever was the least is now the greatest. Whatever was the greatest is now the least. Whatever was the middlest is now still the middlest, right? Like, that's exactly how that would go. Okay? Very good. Okay. It's the 48th day of school, guys. You know, there are 48 symmetries of any cube. That is, if you take a cube, guys, like this, there are 48 different ways that you could move it so that it wound up on itself. Like, for example, I could take it and give it a 90-degree rotation like that, right? Or I could give it a 90-degree rotation like this. Or I could reflect it across this plane, right? Like if I reflected it across there, it would still be the same. There's 48 of them. It's World Occupational Therapy Day. Does anyone know what an occupational therapist is? Well, how about this? Does anybody here know what a physical therapist is? They're two very closely related jobs. Ah, that's more people. Who would like to tell me what a physical therapist does for a living? Mo, go for it. Yeah, exactly. It's like if I was welcoming you guys into class and I saw Mo coming up and I was like, hey, Mo, high five. And Mo gave me a high five so hard that it shattered all the bones in my hands and fingers and my forearm and actually fractured my is this my tibia? Is that what that is? Is that what? Which one's this guy?
I broke my ticket.
Which one?
I broke my ticket.
Oh, which one is the? That's the muscle.
Funny.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, humorous. That's the humorous. Yeah, there you go. So anyway, my hand is shattered. All my fingers, all the little bones in my wrist and forearm are just like blown to pieces. There's a giant crack in my humerus here. And Mo's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No, I don't think I am." Like Mo's like, "That didn't hurt me at all." And I was like, I don't know how that happened. Anyway, after a long recovery, my muscles would be really atrophied in my arm here, and a physical therapist would help me like do exercises so that I could like grip things again and like be actually able to move my arm, which is a little different than an occupational therapist. Because here's the thing: do you guys think that after not holding a pencil for 6 months, I might be holding it kind of funny? Yeah, if you don't do it for 6 months, your muscles start to forget what to do. So an occupational therapist would help me relearn how to hold a pencil. The physical therapist gets my muscles working and moving again. An occupational therapist gets me to actually be able to do things like, and then a therapist, just like a regular therapist, will one day teach me how to high five again without being afraid. Right? Like Mo comes up to me and it's like, "Mr. Petersen, I heard your recovery is going really well." And she like has her arms like way down here. And I'm like, "Mo, it's okay. It's okay." And Mo's like, "You come in for this one." And I'm like, "Yeah." Bam, and I break all my bones again. And I'm like, "What is happening?" Mo's got all the calcium. Anyway, that's World Occupational Therapy Day. How many of you guys feel like that would actually be kind of a cool job? Reteaching people how to do stuff like that. I think that's a cool idea. We really do need good ones. Okay. Can I get you in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Credence. What is our first and only essential question today? Will you guys write that down? May we practice ordering real numbers? Well, I guess I should talk about that. Greatest to least and vice versa. Greatest. It's okay. No, 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 no. Trust me. The way that I teach these things, I'm actually not going to show you the whole thing, but the way that I set it up, you guys are going to be begging me to teach you at the end of the day. And I'm not going to do it either because it's not my job. So you can put your pencils down for a second. What I mean by real numbers, do you remember how it's like, this was like natural numbers and then whole numbers, integers, and then rational numbers. Do you guys remember doing that? Yeah, and then, oops, then there was that thing that blanked them out entirely. Let's see here. All of these numbers fall under the umbrella of real numbers, which, by the way, is a double-barred R like this. And the numbers that live outside of the rational numbers but are real are things like pi and the square root of 39 and 6.292292229. These numbers live outside of the rationals but inside of the reals. So when I'm talking about ordering real numbers, I'm talking about ordering all the numbers that are in this box, which is to say we exclude these weirdos over here. That's not cents. That's double-barred C for the complex numbers, which I will never teach you about because I would never take that pleasure away from your 10th grade teacher because they are so much fun. All right. By the way, Jeopardy, spooky movies through the MPAA. Guys, what we're going to do is I'm going to give you spooky movies. Today's a G. Tomorrow's will be PG. Thursday, PG-13. Friday's an R-rated movie. And then I'll find an old-timey, not rated movie, like one that predates the rating system for Friday. But Linus, Sally, and Snoopy et al. Wait out Halloween in a pumpkin patch in this 1960. Oh, okay. If you guys don't want to do it, we don't have to do it. We'll just skip them. That's fine. Okay. Never mind. Okay. Shh. No, no. If you just want to talk over me to say your favorite thing instead of actually listening to me do the thing, we're just going to skip it and forget it. Okay. Folks, here's we go. Here's we go. That's good, good grammar. The truth is, guys, that is all the practice we're going to get on this because I think you guys are ready for this. So will you guys open your planners to page 50, please? Page 50. Page 50. Ladies and gentlemen, please open your planners to page 50. I have not told you anything about what we're up to just yet. So guys, if you write in for Monday, October 27th, that is our skill check is going to be, sorry, our self-assessment is going to be 7.3 ordering real numbers practice. And then if you go to, it's actually still on page 50, but Wednesday, October 29th, that's going to be our real number skill check. Real number skill check. Okay? So we're going to do our skill check on Wednesday. Now, before you get started on your self-assessment, there are two different ways that I ask for these answers. Okay? Okay. Because I know what you're thinking. How many of you have been wondering, how on earth am I supposed to put this into Canvas? How am I supposed to put this into Canvas? Yeah, so guys, how it works, it's like a drop-down menu, where if I said I want this in order from least to greatest, I would say the first on the list, second, third, fourth, you don't have to write this down, fifth, sixth, and what I would do is I would give all of these a label. Like this would be number A, number B, number C, number D, number E. Yeah, deal with it. Number F. Yeah, absolutely. Shh. Guys, which of these was the first in our list? A, B, C, D, E, or F? It was E, right? So you would put E as the first member of the list. What was the second member of the list? B. What was the third member of the list? C. The fourth? The fifth? F. And the sixth? D. That's how you do it. Does that make sense, guys? So it's not like you have to type in these things, okay? With that being said, guys, when I say teach, I want you to say, okay, open up your Chromebooks, log on to Canvas, and let's get working on 7.3, ordering real numbers practice. Those of you at home, go ahead and get to that and have an excellent rest of your day.